All right. In this video, we will be going over section 3.6. Section 3.6 is about the L'Hopital rule. And this is the last section in our Calculus 1 course. Okay. So basically, L'Hopital rule is about, it's a technique that we use to find certain limits that we cannot find using the existing, using the rules that we have learned so far. Okay. First, let me give you a motivation as to why we need such a rule. Let's try to find these limits. Okay, how would you find this limit, the first one, if I ask you to find it? Well, first one is not difficult because you can apply the cancellation law. That will give you the answer easily. Okay, as x approaches to 0, x divided by, if you pull out an x from the bottom, you get x minus 1. Now x will be cancelled. Your answer would be limit. Your limit statement would be limit as x approaches to 0, 1 over x minus 1, which is minus 1. Clearly, you can plug in 0 in this expression to find the limit because this function is continuous at x is equal to 0. Okay. Okay, the answer is minus 1 if you plug in 0 here. So you have the limit, no problem. So thanks to the cancellation law, you have the limit. What about part B? Can you play a similar game here? Obviously not, because you cannot factorize your denominator this time. Okay, this is 3 to the power x minus 1. You don't know how to factorize that. So you cannot apply the cancellation law there. Okay, so that's where the L'Hopital rule is going to help you. Okay, you can use the L'Hopital rule to find limits like this. Okay, I'm not going to find it right now. Let's go through the formal statement of the L'Hopital rule and then come back to this problem and see whether we can find the limit using the L'Hopital rule. Okay, all right. We can even find the limit, this limit, using the L'Hopital rule. I'll show you how to find it once we go through the formal statement. Okay, all right. Here is the formal statement of the L'Hopital rule. Theorem 3.14. Suppose f and g are differentiable functions on some punctured interval around x is equal to c, on which g of x is non-zero if limit as x approaches to z, f of x over g of x is of the indeterminate form 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity, then limit as x approaches to c, f of x over g of x is equal to limit as x approaches to c, f prime of x over g prime of x. Okay, as long as the second limit exists or infinite. And this conclusion holds even if you have x approaches to infinity. In place of x approaches to c, you can even have x approaches to infinity. In that case, your functions f and g should be differentiable on some interval n comma infinity for some n. Okay, and you can also apply this rule even if you have x goes to minus infinity. In that case, we want to have f and g differentiable on an interval minus infinity comma n for some n. Okay, what this rule simply tells you is that to find this limit, you can take the derivative of the top and the derivative of the bottom, and then you can take the limit of that expression. You can take the limit of this derivative expression in order to find this original limit. That's what it simply tells you. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go back to our previous example. Remember, we were not able to find this limit using the rules that we have learned so far. Okay, but now we can do this problem because we know the L'Hopital rule. Before I do this one, let's try to see if we can apply the L'Hopital rule for the first one and get this limit that we obtained using the cancellation law. Okay, here is part A using the L'Hopital rule. First of all, we need to determine whether we can apply the L'Hopital rule. Okay. Okay. So if you look at this one, if you try to plug in the limit x is equal to 0 in this expression, clearly you get 0 over 0 form, right? Limit as x goes to 0, x over x squared minus x, you get the form 0 over 0. That means we can apply the L'Hopital rule. And notice that this function is differentiable in a punctured neighborhood around x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 is the bad point here, but this is differentiable around the punctured neighborhood. In a punctured neighborhood around x is equal to 0. So L'Hopital applies here. L'Hopital rule applies. We can apply the L'Hopital rule because it has the desired form. L'Hopital rule requires one of these two indeterminate forms. We have this form 0 over 0, and all the other criteria are satisfied because this is a differentiable function in a punctured neighborhood around x is equal to 0. Okay, let's go with the L'Hopital rule. So I'm applying the L'Hopital rule. Limit as x approaches to 0, x divided by x squared minus x is equal to indicate that I'm applying the L'Hopital rule, I'm going to write LH here, L'Hopital. I'm applying the L'Hopital. Okay. Limit x approaches to 0. What do you have to do? You take the derivative of the top and bottom separately. If I take the derivative of the top, you get 1 divided by the derivative of the bottom would be 2x minus 1. Would you agree with me? Well, now we can find the limit straight away by plugging x is equal to 0 in this expression. Okay, if you plug in x is equal to 0, you get 1 over 0 minus 1, which is equal to minus 1. As you can see, we get the same limit that we obtain using the cancellation law. Okay. All right, let's work on the part B. Remember, in part B, we were not able to apply the cancellation law. Here, the only help is the L'Hopital rule. Okay. So let's use the L'Hopital rule to find that limit. I want this limit. Limit as x approaches to 0, x divided by 3 to the power x minus 1. I'm applying the L'Hopital rule. I'll write LH here to indicate that I'm applying the L'Hopital rule is equal to limit as x approaches to 0, take the derivative of the top, which is 1, take the derivative of the bottom. ln 3 times 3 to the power x. The derivative of the bottom is ln 3 times 3 to the power x. Okay. Now I can plug in the limit straight away here. If I plug in the limit x is equal to 0, 0 comes here, 3 to the power 0 is 1. So you get 1 over ln 3. That's your answer. Okay, that gives you the limit. All right, that's the first application of the L'Hopital rule, and we will be looking at many other applications. Okay. All right, before we go to more examples, I want to go over this particular theorem, which helps us to find some complicated limits. Theorem 3.15, relating the limit of a function to the limit of its logarithm. Okay, here is what the theorem says. We have 3 parts. If limit as x approaches to c, ln f of x is equal to L, then the limit as x approaches to c, f of x is equal to e to the power L. Okay, what this simply tells you is that if you know the limit of this ln f of x, then you find the limit of f of x. Okay, so we use this as a strategy. You will see when we will be working on examples. In case it is difficult to find the limit of f of x, as a strategy, we first find the limit of ln f of x, and then we use this theorem to find the limit of f of x. Here is what the second part tells you. Limit as x approaches to c, ln f of x is infinity. If the limit as x approaches to c, ln f of x is infinity, then limit as x approaches to c, f of x is equal to infinity. And the third part tells us that if limit as x approaches to c, ln f of x is equal to minus infinity, then limit as x approaches to c, f of x is equal to 0. Okay, we will prove one of these parts. Let's prove the first part. Proof. Okay. All right. How do you prove this? Well, I will start with what I know. Okay, we know that we assume that limit as x approaches to c, ln f of x is equal to L. So let me write it. Let limit as x approaches to c, ln f of x is equal to L. We know that, we assume that. And then we have to show that the limit of f of x is e to the power L. That's what we need to show. So how do you show that starting from this statement? Well, now we can apply one of the rules, one of the limit rules that we learned in section 1.5. Okay, that is the composition rule. This is a composition of two functions. You have ln function outside and then f of x inside. So we can send the limit to the inside function. If I send this limit to the inside function, I get ln limit as x approaches to c, f of x is equal to L. That's what I get. I'm just moving this limit to the inside function using a rule that we discussed in section 1.5. That's the composition rule for limits. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the definition of logarithm to get rid of this ln in the left hand side. Okay. So if you use the definition of logarithm, you get limit as x approaches to c, f of x is equal to e to the power L, as we required. Okay, we wanted to prove that the limit of f of x is e to the power L. That's what we have established here. Okay, that completes the proof. In a similar manner, you can show that if the limit as x approaches to c, ln f of x is equal to infinity, we can show that limit x approaches to c, f of x is equal to infinity. The procedure is very similar to what we did here. Okay, I will leave that as an exercise for you, these two parts. Okay, all right. Now let's work on some examples. Here is the first example that I want to go over. Let's read the example. Determine whether or not L'Hopital rule applies to each of the following limits as they are written here. Okay, that means you cannot do any preliminary algebra. Without doing any preliminary simplification, you need to determine whether you can apply the L'Hopital rule. So let's work on the first part. What about the first part? Can we apply the L'Hopital rule there? If you want to apply the L'Hopital rule, remember, first of all, you need to have one of these forms. When you plug in the limit straight away, that should give you one of these indeterminate forms. Then only you can go with the L'Hopital rule. In addition to that, you need to have your functions differentiable in a punctured neighborhood around x is equal to c. Okay. Okay, let's look at this one. If you try to plug in x is equal to 2 in this expression, what would you get? Would you get one of those two indeterminate forms? Clearly, you get 0 over 0, right? So that means we get the desired, one of the desired indeterminate forms. That's good. And also notice that this function is differentiable in a punctured neighborhood around x is equal to 2. It's clear. Okay. So we can apply the L'Hopital rule. L'Hopital rule applies. We are good here. Okay. What about part B? Can we apply the L'Hopital rule? Well, let's see. Let's see whether we have one of those indeterminate forms. Okay. What would you get if you try to evaluate this? Limit as x approaches to 0, x divided by 3 to the power x plus 1. This takes the form 0 divided by 2. Would you agree with me? If you plug in 0 here, it's 0. If you plug in 0 here, 3 to the power 0, it is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. So you don't get the indeterminate forms that we are expecting in the L'Hopital rule. So in this case, L'Hopital rule does not apply. Does not apply. Okay. All right. What about the part C? In part C, limit as x approaches to infinity, 3 to the power x minus x to the power 4. If you plug in the limit straight away, clearly you get infinity minus infinity, right? Because 3 to the power infinity, which is infinity, it takes the form infinity. and infinity to the power 4, it again takes the form infinity. So you have infinity minus infinity. This is not one of the forms in the L'Hopital rule. So again, here we cannot apply the L'Hopital rule. If you want to apply the L'Hopital rule, here are the two indeterminate forms that we need. Okay, again, I'm going to write LH does not apply. Okay, we are down to the last part. What about in the last part? Can we apply the L'Hopital rule there? Limit as x approaches to infinity, 2 to the power x divided by 1 minus 5 to the power x. As you can see, if you plug in the limit straight away, what would you get? You get infinity over minus infinity, right? In the top, you get clearly infinity if you plug in infinity here. In the bottom, since you have minus sign here, you get minus infinity. This one is a finite number. So whatever this number would be is the number that you get for the bottom. So you get minus infinity in the bottom. So can we apply the L'Hopital rule here? To apply the L'Hopital rule, looks like we want one of these forms, 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. But here we get infinity over minus infinity. Can we still apply the L'Hopital rule here? The answer is yes. We can still apply the L'Hopital rule because this minus 1 is a constant. We can pull that constant out. For example, you can put a minus sign here and then you put a minus sign outside to cancel that minus sign. When you try to evaluate this limit, this takes the form infinity over infinity now. At the end of the day, you can put this minus sign to get the answer. Okay, so that means even if you have infinity over minus infinity or minus infinity over infinity, as long as it's a constant, you can pull that out. You can still apply the L'Hopital rule. Okay, L'Hopital rule applies here. Okay, that completes that example. And then we are going to go over some applications of L'Hopital rule in calculating limits. Okay, here is the example that I want to work on now. Use L'Hopital's rule to calculate each of these limits. Okay, let's find these limits. A limit x approaches to 0, x squared divided by 3 to the power x minus 1. First of all, can we apply the L'Hopital rule here? Well, clearly, if you plug in the 0 straight away, you get a 0 over 0 form, right? That's clear. Plug in 0 here in the top, it is 0. And if you plug in 0 in the bottom, again, you get 1 minus 1, which is 0. So we are good. Okay. And also notice that this is differentiable in a punctured neighborhood around x is equal to 0. So L'Hopital applies here. First, we need to determine whether we can apply the L'Hopital rule or not. Okay. That's the first step. L'Hopital applies, no problem. So we need to go with the L'Hopital now. Let's apply the L'Hopital rule. As x approaches to 0, x squared divided by 3 to the power x minus 1 is equal to indicate that I'm applying the L'Hopital rule, I'll write LH above this equal sign. Okay. Limit as x approaches to 0, I'm going to take the derivative of the top and bottom separately. 2x divided by ln 3 times 3 to the power x. Notice that the derivative of the denominator is ln 3 times 3 to the power x. Now, can we plug in the limit and find the value of this limit? If you plug in the 0 in the top, you get 0, 2 times 0, which is 0. In the bottom, you get ln 3. That's because if you plug in 0 here, 3 to the power 0 is 1. ln 3 times 1 is ln 3. This is nothing but 0. Okay. All right. That completes that first part. And now let's work on the second part. We need limit as x approaches to infinity, x squared divided by 3 to the power x plus 5. The question is, can we apply the L'Hopital rule here? Well, let's plug in the limit straight away and see what we get. In the top, you get infinity. If you plug in x is infinity. And in the bottom also, clearly you get infinity here, because if you plug in infinity here, 3 to the power infinity, which takes the form infinity plus 5, it still gives you infinity. So you have the desired form in the L'Hopital rule, infinity over infinity. Okay. And also notice that this function is differentiable for large values of x. So we can apply the L'Hopital rule. L'Hopital rule applies. Okay. Let me apply the L'Hopital rule now. Limit x approaches to infinity, x squared divided by 3 to the power x plus 5 is equal to LH. I write LH to indicate that I'm applying the L'Hopital rule now. X approaches to infinity. The derivative of the top is 2x. The derivative of the bottom is ln 3 times 3 to the power x. Okay. Now, can we plug in the limit and find the answer? Find the limit. Can we plug in x is equal to infinity and find the answer? No. Because if you plug in here, x is equal to infinity, you again get infinity over infinity form. Again, here you get infinity over infinity form. Why? Because if you plug in x is equal to infinity in the top, you get infinity. And in the bottom also, clearly you get infinity because this is infinity. Okay. Now, what we need to do is we need to apply the L'Hopital rule one more time, because this is one of the desired indeterminate forms in the L'Hopital rule. I can apply the L'Hopital rule one more time because this function is differentiable for large values. So let me write LH again. Okay. I'm going to write LH. I'm applying the L'Hopital rule to this limit statement. So if I apply the L'Hopital rule, limit as x approaches to infinity, I take the derivative of the top, which is 2. Now I take the derivative of the bottom, that is ln 3 times ln 3 times 3 to the power x. Okay. The derivative of the bottom is, again, you have to take the derivative of this one, that is ln 3 times 3 to the power x. So that simplifies to this expression. Okay, the derivative of the bottom would be ln 3 times 3 to the power x. That's what we get. Okay, now can we plug in the limit x is equal to infinity and find the value? Now, of course, we can, because if you plug in x is equal to infinity here, your bottom would be infinity. These two are some positive numbers, ln 3 and ln 3, they are positive numbers. This is infinity, so you get 2 over infinity form. That means the answer is 0. That's the value of the limit that we wanted to find. The limit as x approaches to infinity, x squared over 3 to the power x plus 5 is equal to 0. Okay, so that completes that example. Okay, now let's work on another example. Here is the next example that I want to go over. Use L'Hopital's rule to calculate limit as x approaches to let's work on the first part. Limit as x approaches to infinity, x squared times e to the power minus 3x. Okay, so let's work on the first part. Limit as x approaches to infinity, x squared times e to the power minus 3x. If you try to plug in the limit straight away, you will get infinity times 0. Because if you plug in infinity here, it is clearly infinity. But if you plug in infinity here, this looks like e to the power minus infinity. That means it is e to the power 1 over e to the power infinity, which is 0. Okay, so you get infinity times 0 form. But this is not the desired form that we want in the L'Hopital rule, right? So that means we need to find a way to get one of those desired forms. What are the desired forms? 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. Okay, that's where we need to do some preliminary algebra before you plug in the limit. Okay, so let's rearrange this expression. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Let me write it again. If I rearrange this expression this way, limit as x approaches to infinity, x squared divided by e to the power 3x. I'm just rearranging this given expression because we have e to the power minus 3x here. We can write e to the power minus 3x as 1 over e to the power 3x using exponent rules that you learned in your pre-calculus class. Okay, so this is same thing as x squared divided by e to the power 3x. Now, as you can see, this takes the form infinity divided by infinity, infinity over infinity. Because if you plug in infinity in the top, you get infinity. If you plug in infinity here, you get e to the power infinity, which is infinity. So now L'Hopital rule applies. L'Hopital applies. So we determine that L'Hopital rule applies here. By the way, this function is differentiable for large x values. Okay. All right. Let's apply the L'Hopital rule to find the limit. I'll write LH. I'm applying the L'Hopital rule for this statement. So it becomes limit as x approaches to infinity, the derivative of the top is 2x divided by the derivative of the bottom is 3 times e to the power 3x. Can we get the limit now? We cannot, because if you plug in the limit x is equal to infinity, you again get infinity over infinity form, right? You again get infinity over infinity form. So we have to apply the L'Hopital rule one more time. I'm applying the L'Hopital rule for this expression. LH, L'Hopital rule, limit as x approaches to infinity, 2, the derivative of the top is 2 times 3 times e to the power 3x. The derivative of the bottom would be 3 times e to the power 3x. Now you can apply the limit straight away. You will get the form 2 over infinity. If you plug in x is equal to infinity here, you get infinity in the bottom. Okay, so you get 2 over infinity. The answer is 0. 2 over infinity is 0. We all know that. Okay. All right, that gives you the limit value. Now let's work on the second part. We need to find this limit. Limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, x times ln of x. Okay. Let's see how to solve this problem. If you consider this limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, x times ln x, if you apply the limit straight away, you will get the form 0 times minus infinity. That's clear, because this goes to 0, this goes to minus infinity as x approaches to 0. Okay, so this is not one of the desired forms in the L'Hopital rule. So we need to do some algebra before we apply the L'Hopital rule. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this limit statement this way. As x approaches to a 0 from the positive side, I'm going to write this expression as ln x divided by 1 over x. Would that be okay? Well, that's clearly fine, right? Because if you apply the reciprocal rule and simplify this expression, you exactly get this expression. I'm just rewriting this expression this way for a reason. Why am I doing that? Because as you can see now if you try to plug in the limit here, what would you get? In the top, you get minus infinity. In the bottom, you get plus infinity. Because as x approaches to 0, ln x is minus infinity. So you get minus infinity in the top. And this is 1 over x. As x approaches to 0 from the positive side, this looks like infinity. So you get minus infinity over infinity form. Notice that even if we have a minus sign here, we can still apply the L'Hopital rule. So I'm going to go with the L'Hopital rule. First, let me write actually L'Hopital rule applies. LH applies. Okay. Now, if I apply the L'Hopital rule to this expression, maybe I will copy this expression over to here. Okay, so this is equal to limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, the derivative of the top. I'm applying the L'Hopital rule, so I'm going to write LH on top of this equal sign. Limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, the derivative of ln x is 1 over x. The derivative of the bottom is minus 1 over x squared. Simplifying this, we get limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side minus x. That's what you get. You just apply the reciprocal rule to simplify this one. You get minus x. Now, as x approaches to 0, minus x. The limit is clear. You plug in x is equal to 0, you get 0. If you plug in x is equal to 0 here, you get 0. So the limit is 0. Okay. So the desired limit is 0. Limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, ln x times ln x is equal to 0. Okay, that completes the second part. Now let's move on to the third part. What about here? Can we apply the L'Hopital rule straight away? Here again, we don't know what happens to this one as x goes to 0, because as x goes to 0 from the positive side, this takes positive infinity. This takes the form positive infinity. As x goes to 0 from the negative side, this takes the form negative infinity. Okay, here also it's the same. So you don't get one of these forms here, 0 over 0, infinity over infinity. So that means you need to do some sort of a preliminary algebra to this expression, like we did to this expression in the previous part. Remember, we rewrote that expression this way to apply the L'Hopital rule. We do a similar thing here. How can we rewrite this expression so that we can apply the L'Hopital rule? 1 over x minus 1 over sine x. Here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a common denominator. Limit as x approaches to 0, sine x minus x divided by x times sine x. I took a common denominator and simplified it. Okay. Now, can we apply the L'Hopital rule? What happens to this one if you plug in x is equal to 0? Clearly, it takes the form 0 over 0, right? This takes the form 0 over 0. So we are good to go with the L'Hopital rule. L'Hopital applies. Okay. So let's apply the L'Hopital rule now. So here is my limit statement that I need. Limit as x approaches to 0, sine x minus x divided by x times sine x. That's what I want. I want to calculate this limit. So applying the L'Hopital rule, we get, let me write LH to indicate that I'm applying the L'Hopital rule here. LH equals limit as x approaches to 0, the derivative of the top is cosine x minus 1. Okay, the derivative of the bottom, I'm going to have to apply the product rule, right? You get sine x plus x times cosine x. That's the derivative of the bottom. Okay. Okay, now what do you think? Can we plug in x is equal to 0 here and find our limit? No, because if you plug in x is equal to 0, cosine 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. In the bottom, again, you get 0. But the good thing is, we again get a 0 over 0 form, right? That means we can apply the L'Hopital rule one more time. Let's apply the L'Hopital rule for this limit statement one more time. Then you get this is equal to indicate that I'm applying the L'Hopital rule, I write LH, limit as x approaches to 0, I'm going to apply the L'Hopital rule for this limit statement. Take the derivative of the top, which is minus sine x. The derivative of the cosine x is minus sine x. The derivative of the bottom is derivative of sine x is cosine x. And then here I'm going to apply the product rule. Cosine x minus x times sine x, because the derivative of the cosine x is minus sine. Okay, so you get that. Now we can plug in x is equal to 0 in this statement without any trouble. Okay, if you plug in x is equal to 0, you can find the limit. Minus 0, because sine 0 is 0, divided by cosine 0 is 1. Again, cosine 0 is 1 minus 0. This is 0 divided by 2, which is 0. We get the limit. Okay, so the limit of this given expression, limit as x approaches to 0, 1 over x minus 1 over sine x is equal to 0. That completes that part. Okay, now let's move on to our next example and the last example. Okay. Here is the example. Use L'Hopital's rule to calculate limit as x approaches to infinity, x to the power 1 over x. Okay, let's work on the first part first. Part A, how do you find this limit? If you plug in infinity, you get infinity to the power 1 over infinity, which is not one of the desired forms in the L'Hopital rule, right? Okay, so how do you handle this kind of a situation? When you have a variable power in particular, how do you handle a situation like this? Okay, that's where theorem 3.15 is going to help you. Remember 3.15, I have only copied the first part. You can apply the other two parts accordingly. We know that if you know this limit as x approaches to 0, ln f of x is equal to L, then limit as x approaches to c f limit as x approaches to c f of x is equal to e to the power L. That means if you know the limit of the ln f of x, you know the limit of f of x. That's what it tells you. So instead of trying to find this limit, I will try to find this limit as x approaches to c ln f of x. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. In this case also, this is my f of x. I'm not going to find the limit of f of x. Instead, I'm going to find the limit of ln f of x. I'll view this as my f of x, okay? I'm going to find limit as x approaches to infinity, ln f of x. Ln f of x is, my f of x is, of course, x to the power 1 over x. I'll find this limit. If I can find this limit, I can find the limit of f of x. It is given by this expression, okay? Whatever the limit I get for this one, you use that limit to find the limit of this inside function. It will be given by limit of f of x is equal to e to the power L. L is the limit of this expression. So let me find the limit of this expression first. Okay, so this one is equal to, using one of the rules, one of the logarithmic rules, you can pull out 1 over x times ln x. Okay, so this is nothing but limit x goes to infinity, ln x divided by x. Clearly, this takes the form infinity over infinity, right? This takes the form infinity over infinity. So we can apply the L'Hopital rule. I'm going to apply the L'Hopital rule now, LH. If I apply the L'Hopital rule for this limit statement, what do I have to do? I have to take the limit as it is, limit as x goes to infinity, but take the derivative of the top and bottom separately. Derivative of the top is 1 over x. The derivative of the bottom is just 1. Okay. All right. What is this? This is equal to limit x approaches to infinity 1 over x, which is clearly 0 because you get 1 over infinity form, which is a 0. Okay. So that completes the first part. Oh, we are not done yet. Okay. We are not completed yet. Why is it not? Because we found the limit of this expression. We know that the limit as x approaches to infinity, ln x to the power 1 over x is equal to 0. That's not what we want. We need the limit as x approaches to infinity, x to the power 1 over x. Okay. Now we can apply this rule. We know this limit. Limit as x approaches to infinity, ln f of x is equal to L. L in this case is 0. Now I can find the limit of this inside expression by evaluating e to the power L. Okay, so the limit of the inside expression would be limit as x approaches to infinity, x to the power 1 over x is equal to e to the power L. My L is this one. This number is my L. E to the power L is 0, which is 1. So the limit is 1. All right, that's an application of this theorem. This is a very powerful theorem. Okay, if you cannot find the limit of this expression, instead you try to find the limit of ln of that expression. And if you can find that limit, at the end of the day, you can find this limit by taking e to the power L, e to the power whatever the limit that you get for this expression. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next part, last part. Again, here also you have a variable power. Okay, this rule goes really well, in particular when you have variable powers. Okay, let's try to apply this theorem 3.15. Instead of finding this limit, now I am going to focus on this limit. Let me focus on limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side. Let me focus on ln sine x to the power x. I'll focus on this particular limit. Okay. Now using one of the logarithmic rules, again, we can pull out that power x. X times ln sine x Now, can we apply the L'Hopital rule straight away here now? We cannot, because if you plug in x is equal to 0, here you get 0. This will be minus infinity. So 0 times minus infinity, which is not one of the forms 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity. So some preliminary algebra is needed here. Here is what I'm going to do. Like in a previous example, I'm going to rewrite this expression as x goes to 0 plus ln sine x divided by, I'm going to bring this x to the bottom as 1 over x. And in fact, if you simplify this using the reciprocal rule, you get this back. I'm just rewriting this expression in a different way. That's all I'm doing. Now I'm good to go with the L'Hopital rule, because this takes the form minus infinity over infinity. Okay, as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, this becomes 0. This is approaching to 0 from the positive side. So ln of 0 is minus infinity. Ln of ln of this quantity will be approaching to minus infinity, and this clearly approaches to 0. So you have minus infinity over infinity. So I'm good to go with the L'Hopital rule. LH, I'm applying the L'Hopital rule. Limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, the derivative of the top is 1 over sine x times the derivative of the sine x, which is cosine x, divided by the derivative of 1 over x is minus 1 over x squared. And if you simplify this using the reciprocal rule, you get as x approaches to 0 from the positive side minus cosine x times x squared divided by sine x. Notice that if you try to plug in x is equal to 0 here, you again get 0 over 0 form. Not again, actually. Here you get 0 over 0 form. In the previous case, of course, you got minus infinity over infinity form. Here you get 0 over 0 form. That means you can apply the L'Hopital rule one more time. Okay, so I'm going to apply the L'Hopital rule one more time here. If I apply the L'Hopital rule, I'll write LH limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side. I'm going to have to apply the product rule here. Minus sine x times x squared plus cosine x times 2x divided by cosine x. Okay. All right, now you can plug in the limit. This will not give any trouble to you. You can straight away plug in the limit and find the limit. If you plug in 0 here, this is clearly 0. This will be clearly 0. And the bottom, if you plug in 0 here, x is equal to 0, cosine 0 is 1. So you get 0 over 1, which is 0. Remember, we are not done yet. Okay, we just found the limit of this expression. But that's not what we wanted. We wanted the limit of this inside expression. We wanted the limit of this expression. So how do you find that limit? You use this theorem. We found the limit of ln f of x, which is L. Now to find the limit of f of x, we use this theorem. Limit of f of x is equal to e to the power L. You found your L. L is this number. Your L is this number. Now by theorem 3.15, we can find the desired limit, limit of the inside function. Limit as x approaches to 0 from the positive side, your inside function was sine x to the power x, which is equal to e to the power L. L is 0, which is 1. Okay. So that gives you the limit. All right, with that, we conclude section 3.6. And with that, actually, we conclude our calculus 1 course. Okay. All right, I'll stop there.